tuning in this Wednesday. 2K Sports presents the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Berry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Shrimp out there at Malone. Then it's Ewing. Then there's Porter. And it's Dumars in at the 2 spot. And for Los Angeles, Paul George is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's LeBron James. And there's Duncan. And it's Mutombo in at the 5 spot. Here's Ewing. Good, and a nice assist from Porter.
How about the muscle inside from Ewing? Easily getting to wherever he wants to on that low block.
Duncan with the bucket.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Here is Porter. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side. But when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. People in the know how good of a defender he is.
LeBron James on the wing. And it's off from three-point range. New York with the ball. Stolen by Duncan. It's deflected. Back to James. Fires the 3. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Launches it. And James gets it to go on the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Instead of playing through LeBron, that time they set him up.
Porter kicks to Malone. Porter looking it over. Here's Ewing. Covered by Mutombo. Ewing against Mutombo. Ewing can't hit. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. 4-point game. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Shrimp. And it's sent back by Mutombo.
And this is Mutombo's calling card. Using that wide wingspan to just erase shots left and right.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
And it's sent back by Mutombo. And here's LeBron out. And it is good! The buzzer!
Wow! Ringing the bell. That's the way to close the quarter.
Well, you love nailing the last second shot. Always a feel-good moment.
And so it's Los Angeles with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Los Angeles.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
Well, they really cashed in on the break. I mean, it feels like they're hungry to get out. They're hungry to run. And they're not passing up any chances. To leak out and score.
They've got Duncan. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul George. Then it's James. And it's Mutombo at the center, filling out the middle. And for the Knicks, we've got Webb. Shrimp out there with Bolt. And there's Malone. And it's McDaniel at the three, the small forward. Malone against George. Malone dishes to Green. Good, and it's Malone picking up the assist. Green's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for New York. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Mutombo. Bangs on the trifecta. Mutombo's got the lead up to 11 now for Los Angeles.
A solid facilitator. It helps that the defense thinks that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is going to shoot and not pass.
And the wide open shot from Green. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Up top, Gilgeous-Alexander. The three from LeBron. That one's good. Just his third make. Brings him to 3 for 8 in this game.
Showing some range. LeBron more than capable of hurting you from deep.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here for the Knicks. Ron Williams is checked in for Green. Dumars comes in for Karl Malone. And Porter subbed in for Spud Webb. Williams kicks to Porter. Back to Williams.
And hard to decide which is better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. LeBron outside. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Well, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, the fast break chance. LeBron shot is off. Outside Dumars. Over George. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Los Angeles, finding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been terrific. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out. the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. James is out there with Duncan. Then there's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Mutombo. And it's George in at the shooting guard. 6 on the shot clock. Porter against Gilgeous-Alexander. The long-distance three is buried. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 points.
Gilgeous-Alexander, good recognition right there. He reacts quickly to what's happening out there.
On the court for the Knicks, they've got Ewing, Shrimp out there with Malone. Then it's Porter, and it's Dumars in at the two-guard spot. Los Angeles leading by 16. Launches a three, and Duncan gets it to go on the assist from Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 points for him.
It's rare that you see this from Duncan, so you know he had to really like the shot.
Here's Ewing. You can't get that one. Mutombo with some nice D. And here is Los Angeles now. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin in the game. From deep, George connects from three-point range. George has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Porter kicks to Malone. Ewing inside, covered by Mutombo. Mutombo is a nice D. 30 seconds left to play in the third. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. And again, Los Angeles with a triple.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Pretty infectious right here, guys. In good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
And here's Los Angeles. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Here's Duncan. They get the rebound. Right wing. This one for three. It could go. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. The 3 quarters of play all in the books. And this one all but over already. Los Angeles on top, running away with it. And do not go away as we... And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. They've got James. Paul George is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Duncan. And it's Mutombo. And at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Malone. Misses off the left iron. And here's James. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Duncan. Good. And the assist goes to the draw. Duncan's got the 4th quarter started here with buckets for Los Angeles. To Shrimp. Outside Porter. Now here's Malone. Covered by Duncan. Malone can't hit.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
Shrimp kicks to Porter. Back to Shrimp. Malone, a screen on George.
Yeah, and the size of Shrimp there makes it difficult on the D, really forcing them to have to foul on the way up.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
I mean, they've been stepping it up in terms of their shooting from distance, and the confidence has been there all game long, leaving the defense to scramble.
Their attacking of the offensive glass has also been a success story. All game long, they've been committed to finding those second chance opportunities.
And the Knicks making a change here. Bol, he's checked in for Ewing. McDaniel comes in for Malone. Wilkins is checked in for Dumars. And it's Webb in for Porter. Nailed from three-point land.
And when your 7-footer, like Tim Duncan is knocking down jumpers off of passes like that there, it is devastating to the defense.
It's stolen by Mutombo. And here's Los Angeles. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's the three. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go.
Jermaine O'Neal. Los Angeles foul. First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for the 76ers, Allen Iverson. Assist goes to Allen Iverson. Paul George. Los Angeles foul. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. First personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for the 76ers, Allen Iverson. 2 shots. team foul. 2 minutes.
The NBA on 2K Sports welcomes you to Wednesday afternoon basketball. Our game tonight featuring Los Angeles as they go up against Cleveland. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Greg Anthony and Brett Beard. And from on the sideline, David Aldridge. Look at Cleveland's starting group. Chris Bosh is out there at West. Then it's James. Then it's Anthony. And it's Wade in at the 1. And for Los Angeles, Gilgeous-Alexander out there at Paul George. And it's Duncan. And it's Mutombo. And it's LeBron in at the 3 spot. And it's going to be Los Angeles off the tip. It's George on the wing. That's good, and so Duncan with the assist.
George with the innate ability and sense, and he has to get it off quick.
Anthony against Gilgeous-Alexander. Bounce pass Anthony. Wade has the open look. Buries the long-range jumper.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
James good.
And there's the competitive fire of LeBron, getting those 3 points right back. Always quick with an answer.
Brent, there can't be any question now that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has arrived as an NBA superstar.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, you finish in the top 3 of MVP voting. That is a stamp of approval. SGA, one of the more feared players in the game, and this guy is on his way.
And both free throws good for Anthony.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
And that one's good. Duncan.
It's rare that you see this from Duncan, so you know he had to really like the shot.
Here's West, and the stuff by West.
Leaping ability is off the charts. Not the biggest power forward, but outstanding. Rising up off the ground.
That bucket in no time at all.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And now, just over a minute played here in the first. James against James. LeBron dishes to West. Right side Bosh. The shot's good on the assist by West.
You just cannot give Bosh that much space or he's going to make you pay.
Duncan left side. Fires the 3. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Puts up a deep 3. Anthony's shot is off. Here's Los Angeles now. 6-point game. And he's... good on the 3-ball. George has got 6 points.
Really no spot on the floor where George can't hurt you with a versatile scorer.
Lead with it. Fires away from way outside. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Los Angeles in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. And the 3-point shot. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of 3-pointers thus far.
Well, not only that, but you love how unselfish they've been to start this game. That's going to get all the guys in a great flow and feeling good. So moving that ball around and scoring off assists is a nice way to play.
They've got Duncan. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with George. And it's LeBron James. And it's Mutombo. And at the 5, roaming the paint. So with Anthony sitting on the bench, this is the group Mike Brown has right now. They've got Kyle Korver. Boris Diaw is out there at Nick Collison. Then it's James. And it's Heinrich in at the 2. And Gilgeous-Alexander gets it to go.
How smooth was that as Gilgeous-Alexander just rising up that time. Great pace.
Diaw can't hit. Los Angeles leading by 13. Takes a 3. And again, Los Angeles with a triple.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the fight.
He He's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away. Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Here's Los Angeles now. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. 30 seconds left now here in the second. 5 on the clock. Shoots. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 8.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
Yeah, just really pouring it on right now, trying to take away the opposition's motivation to keep competing in this one.
And again, Los Angeles with a triple.
They have a good plan going right now, and they're starting to create separation.
The game plan might have been good, but you have to bring it together. Right now, their chemistry is something to be admired.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been on display for Los Angeles. He comes away. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this team becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here tonight, guys.
Yeah, I don't think he'll top the assist charts this year, but early on he's done a great job of keeping the ball popping around.
You can get into a passing rhythm, and so far all of his have been on point.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. They've got Paul George dunking out there with LeBron James, and it's Mutombo, and it's Gilgeous-Alexander in at the 1. Pass to West. Here's Bosch. Kicks it out to LeBron, and stolen by LeBron. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. Cleveland trails by 19. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, LeBron James is out there at West. Then it's Anthony. Then there's Dwayne Wade. And it's Bosch in at the 7. And here is Los Angeles now. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin in the game. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander, defended by West. For 3. And again, Los Angeles with a triple.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
Here's Anthony. Good, and the assist goes to James.
Quick thinking from Anthony. He's so good at going right up with that shot.
Unable to get the ball in bounds, they get called for the 5-second violation. And Mike Brown decides to call timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations.
All right, then.
Wade, he's open. Hits the target from 18 feet. Wade's got 5.
And love the rise and fire approach from Wade, giving the D no time to react.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 14 points for him. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the third. A three-pointer is right on target.
He's making plays all over the floor. Gilgeous-Alexander will not be stopped.
James outside. Bosch passes to Wade. And here is Anthony. It's hauled in by Duncan. Now George. He has 6. That will count. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Los Angeles on top, opening up a huge gap. And with the fourth quarter upon us. Time is running out for this game to become competitive. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
Cavaliers ball.
Outside Anthony, the three, hits the three-point bomb.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
We've got Gilgeous-Alexander. LeBron James is out there with Duncan. Then it's Paul George, and it's Mutombo in at the center position. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. It's good again, and the next one, 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
Revenge. Alexander coming right back for 3 of his own.
And here's Anthony from the arc. Drills the three-pointer. Anthony's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Cavs. And here's James up bringing up for Los Angeles. Again, Los Angeles.
Yeah, not every guy goes for the mid-range, but LeBron, definitely not every guy.
And here's Wade. Misses the layup. 109 left in the game. It's George on the wing. It's up a three. Rebounded by Anthony. And here are the Cavaliers. Down low. Here's West. And he uses the glass on the layup.
So good at reading the defenses. And James anticipating when they overcommitted.
Duncan scanning the floor. From deep. The Cavaliers pull it in. 32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The shot by Anthony, no good. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Jacks up a three, and the three ball is good. And Los Angeles leads by 21.
Love the focus here from SGA at the arc. He hates to waste those opportunities.
Wade with it. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long.
team foul. Shooting for Portland, Nick Young. 2 shots. Portland with the timeout. Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant. Trailblazers ball. The Portland team, 27. Thanks for coming out to support your team. Make sure to get home safely, and we'll see you at the next sporting event.
Thanks for tuning in this Wednesday. 2K Sports presents the NBA. You'll watch Los Angeles in this one as they go up against Los Angeles. This is Kevin Harlan, alongside Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. And we've got David Aldridge, our Hall of Famer, patrolling the sideline. So with Lawson sitting on the bench, here's the five for Doc Rivers right now. We've got DeRozan. Taj Gibson is out there with Griffin. Then it's Harden, and it's Curry in at the one. And for Los Angeles, we've got Mutombo. Paul George is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's LeBron James, and it's Duncan in at the four. Well, Greg, how about this? A couple of the best scorers in the game out on the floor. Stephen Curry and James Harden. Now this will be entertaining.
I mean, no doubt, Steph single-handedly changed how the younger generation wants to play the game of basketball. It's all about shooting the three, and Harden knows how to score as well as anybody.
Greg, we can expect points to come in bunches in this one.
That's right, and Harden's, of course, known for that step-back shot of his, but he's a superior scorer at all three levels. He'll go right at it. And the passing instincts of James are just unreal. He has that great sense for when and where to send the ball.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
The three from George. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Curry kicks to Griffin. Here's Harden on the wing. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. 7-point differential. Griffin with it. Guarded now by Duncan. Oh, that's offensive interference. Los Angeles making a switch here. Holiday's checked in. And here is Los Angeles now. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to James. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play. James has got 6.
Crushing it right now. They've done an excellent job of spacing the floor.
Yeah, we thought this might be the case. You see a few of those go through the net, it becomes contagious.
Here's Los Angeles now. It's a 12-2 run here, good pace. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Duncan. Sinks the three-pointer.
And you know what? They've been on a nice run here. Had the ability to widen the gap. Now they are rolling.
Yeah, but we know momentum can flip the other direction very quickly. You can't get complacent.
And so it's Los Angeles looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. Right back after this break. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Los Angeles.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And I also like how they've trusted one another with the rock, creating shots by keeping the ball moving.
George is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. Then it's James. Then there's Duncan. And it's Mutombo in at the 5. So with Curry sitting on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. Taj Gibson is out there with Griffin. Then there's Teague. Then it's DeRozan. And it's Holiday in a 2-guard. Offline with his 3. Los Angeles trails by 14. Here's Holiday. Can't connect from 13 feet out. And so James will bring it up for Los Angeles. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. Cans it from downtown. LeBron's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for Los Angeles. And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. He wants to talk to his guys. A different look for the Clippers. James Harden, he is checked in for DeRozan. And Curry subbed in for Jeff Teague. And it's the Clippers' ball. The wide open look here for Holiday. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
And with a good array of moves, Holiday can pull up for jumpers because he keeps defenders guessing. And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
And a deep three from James. Oh, James showing the range.
From way back there. I mean, LeBron's just showing off now.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Harden kicks to Holiday. Left side, Griffin fires for three. It's hauled in by Duncan. Duncan's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's James. Gets to the corner and buries it. Now that's 17 points for LeBron.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Los Angeles. We witnessed him delivering a series of three-pointers as he notched 3 total in the quarter. And we'll be back with you shortly. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. It's been a clinic out there by James.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. LeBron James is out there with Duncan. It's Mutombo. Then there's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's George in at the 2 spot. So with Holiday sitting on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. We've got Stephen Curry. Griffin out there with Taj Gibson. Then it's Harden. And it's DeRozan in at the 3 spot. Harden, no good. Los Angeles leading by 19 points. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Absolutely. They're playing their game and executing at a real high level. Everything is working for them right now.
1:09 left in the third quarter of the game. And George kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Griffin with it. He's picked up by James, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Tenacious play there by Griffin against really good defense, but he's not one to be scared off easily.
Los Angeles shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And known for his explosiveness, Griffin also possesses that reliable jumper and is also a really good passer at that position.
Los Angeles leading by 17. From the arc, it's good from long range. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, they expect this from him, and he's a big reason they're out front right now.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. 33 seconds left in the third. Curry's shot is off. They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum. Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
And here's George. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Clock at 6. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
Well, clearly the defense has had no answer for them. Might be time to try something different.
And so it's Los Angeles, ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. Back right after this. Quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Duncan is out there with LeBron James. Then it's Paul George. And it's Mutombo. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in at the point guard position.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
And this is where Griffin is dangerous. An assertive shooter feels like he can make this shot consistent.
Outside, George. Fires from way outside. And it's Curry with the rebound. And here's Curry who brings it up for L.A. Looking to get it going. That one a little long. 1:02 left to play in the final quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander looking around. Pass to George. Fires from deep. Offensive rebound. Great positioning on the putback.
I mean, the one guy you have to box out. Dikembe so active on the glass.
To the paint, Gibson. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Well, he can play the four because he gets off the ground so well.
LeBron outside. 32 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. A three ball. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
And, you know, if you score on Harden, this guy's going to take it personal. Answers right back.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easy. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. With Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, folks, on 2K Sports. See you next time.
Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. Our game tonight featuring Los Angeles as they go up against Cleveland with Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Brent Barry. This is Brian Anderson. We'll be hearing from Ali LaForce from the sideline. A look at Cleveland's opening lineup. They've got Nikola Vucevic, Kawhi Leonard out there with Tobias Harris. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Thompson in at the 2. And for Los Angeles, they've got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's out there with George. And it's James in at the 3. So it's Los Angeles now. George outside, fires the 3, and that's good. His first bucket of the game.
George with the innate ability and sense. He has to get it off quick.
Here's Irving, and they pick up 2.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give them credit for finding a weakness there.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, it's a big-time jam! Slams it right over Irving.
Gilgeous-Alexander is such a tough cover, especially at his size.
From the arc. And there's Thompson on the assist by Irving.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for Los Angeles. 3-pointer. Rebounded by Kawhi Leonard. And here comes Cleveland. From the wing. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
There's no doubt that Kyrie gets talked about as having some of the best handles in the business, effective at getting wherever he wants to get to on the floor.
Shot's good by James.
This takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Thompson outside. Trying to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. There's James on the wing from outside the arc. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander. James has got 6.
Instead of playing through LeBron, that time they set him up.
Thompson's shot is off. Thompson's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to James. And Los Angeles another 3.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Pass to Leonard to stop the run. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. The 3, no good. Would have counted had it gone. And so the first quarter is in the books. It's Los Angeles up by 7. Don't go away. We'll be back with the second quarter. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Los Angeles.
Well, we're in the era of the 3-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep. And they have been thus far.
Love the passing that they displayed at the start of the game. Great ball movement. That's opening up some chances without really getting deep into the execution.
We've got LeBron James. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is out there with George. And it's Duncan, and it's power forward. And for the Cavaliers, we've got Butler, Jonas Valanciunas out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Tristan Thompson, and it's Walker in at the 1.
This is what James does. He scores the ball and does it in so many different ways.
Ooh, and Leonard throws it down.
He put a little flair on that one.
Yes, he did. Man, he's a strong finisher, huh? And there's James from the arc. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 4th assist in this one. Here's Walker. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
Kemba poking his way inside, getting into the seam with that quickness.
James outside, fires from deep. And Los Angeles, another 3.
Exactly what every offense needs. Shooters who can force the defense to extend.
No, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Cleveland calls timeout. There's 49 seconds left in the second. Here's Valanciunas, and the dunk by Valanciunas.
And Valanciunas just needs a little bit of airspace. He's so big, easy for him to get to the rim.
LeBron fires and hits the 3.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
He's the last guy you want to leave alone on the perimeter.
The shot by James, no good. And so it's Valanciunas who brings up the ball for Cleveland. Trailing by 10, knocks down the triple. Irving's got 7.
And that is just money from Kyrie. He's so dangerous from outside the three-point line.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. And there's James from the arc. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Los Angeles. And he's hit 8 3-pointers. Strong shooting performance in this one. We'll be right back. We hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. You know, LeBron James has been exceptional here, guys.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
They're just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
And if you're just joining in, one half is in the books. One half to go. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is out there with George. Then there's LeBron James. And it's Mutombo in at center, filling out the middle.
Well, you can tell right there he just wanted to go for the jam, but the defense too good and distracting.
And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. Cleveland trails by 10. On the court for the Cavaliers. Tobias Harris out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Nikola Vucevic. Then it's Klay Thompson. And it's Irving in at the point guard position.
Just think of how much of a difference Kawhi Leonard is for this team. When he's healthy, he's an absolute force.
And Leonard drops them both.
And you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line. And when he's on, he can be lights out.
For 3, James. And Los Angeles, another 3.
Well, LeBron is a guy who can score from anywhere. He's comfortable taking long-range shots.
Harris, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Irving, no good. Los Angeles leading by 11. James deciding where to go with it. Puts up a 3. It goes. He's 10 for 13. So much confidence.
And you can't give LeBron James that much room off the pick. He doesn't need much space to get that shot off.
Here's Irving. Cleveland again missing. 41 seconds left in the third quarter. Irving against James. 6 to shoot. They grab their own miss. The 3 ball. Doesn't go for him. Cleveland trails by 14. Jacks up a 3. And Kyrie Irving good for 3. Irving's got 10.
Can't drift back on Kyrie Irving when he's handling the ball like that. He's actively surveying the defense and looking for the pull-up.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. And here's Irving. Puts up a deep 3. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. And here at the end of the third, it's a double-digit ball game. Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Los Angeles leading by 14. Paul George out there with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Then there's James, and it's Duncan in at the 4. And there's James on the assist from Gilgeous-Alexander. James has got 36 points. Pass to Leonard, takes a 13-footer. A tumble with a rebound. Leonard's gone just 1 for 4 so far. And James puts up a deep 3. And the rebound goes to Cleveland.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Oh, didn't think that was going in. James has got 6 here in the quarter.
Yeah, there's just no guarding LeBron James when this shot looks this comfortable. That's 3 more.
Thompson passes to Irving. Leonard, good.
Good passing in the paint, maybe even more important to an offense than great passing on the perimeter. Those are areas where you got to be careful.
George passes to James. Lets the 3 fly. Second chance effort. 4-3. He drops it from range. James has got 42 in the game.
This has been their game plan here in the final period. We'll see if it continues to work out.
It's one thing to have teams shoot a bunch of threes, but with this team being that hot defensively, you got to chase them away from anywhere near that line.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Irving. For 3, James. Thompson pulls it in. And so Thompson will bring it up for the Cavaliers. 19-point game. The fadeaway. That shot off the mark. They've done a great job of moving the ball tonight.
Yeah, B.A. Keeping everybody involved keeps everyone engaged.
Pure from 3-point range.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
So it's Los Angeles picking up the win, showing that they're the far superior team. They win it going away.
I'll tell you what, give it up for their fans. They love
Alexander. Second shot clock violation. The ball goes to Phoenix. Gilgis Alexander. Personal foul. First team foul. Shooting for the Suns. DeAndre Ayton. Taking 2 shots. Two minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes. Shea Gilgis Alexander.